Welcome to this week's Brightspeed WHIG TV High School Football Game of the Week. Tonight's game brought to you on WHIG TV by Brightspeed. Switch to the bright side. Also brought to you by JR's Maintenance Commercial and Industrial Metal Fabrication Services. Proud to support student athletes. Small Shops Mall, 2619 Sunset Avenue in the former Steinmart building. Dozens of locally owned shops inside, as well as Trade It now open inside the small shops. Don Bullock Chevrolet, 1920 North Wesleyan Boulevard in Rocky Mount. Doing it the better way at Don Bullock Chevrolet. Golden Corral, 921 North Wesleyan Boulevard. The only one for everyone is the Brightspeed High School Football Game of the Week. Good afternoon, evening, night, folks. Whatever time you are absorbing this content, welcome to the Brightspeed High School Football Game of the Week on WHIG TV. Wes Bradshaw, Richard Sarmiento bringing the action tonight from Death Valley, home of the Northern Nash Knights. It's the regular season home finale for the Knights. It is the game in the Big East Conference this week. Northern Nash coming in 8-0 overall, 4-0 in Big East Conference play. They're taking on the 7-1 Southern Nash Firebirds, 3-1 in Big East Conference play. Folks, I'm Wes Bradshaw, as I told you, joined by Richard Sarmiento as we are in the penultimate week of the high school game of the week. This one and one to go, folks, and we feel this could be one of the best ones that we brought you this season. Northern Nash, as I mentioned, undefeated on the season. They come in like a buzzsaw. They have just been taking down everyone in their path. Southern Nash, folks, there was a lot of thought in the last few weeks this would be an undefeated versus undefeated matchup. Southern Nash a week ago losing an absolute heartbreaker to Rocky Mount in overtime by a score of 41-40, and now we find out that Tyleek Mitchell, Southern Nash's star running back, the leading rusher in the Big East Conference, suffered a concussion in that game. He will be out this week. He will be out for the season finale. He will be back in time for the playoffs, but Southern Nash definitely losing a massive chunk of their offense. And Richard, they are playing a Northern Nash team who to this point of the season is the most impressive team that we've seen in person. Southern is about to have their hands full tonight with this Northern team.
Absolutely, and we circled this game early on in the year, and unfortunately what we totally expected, the undefeated that you mentioned, plus both teams at full strength, is not going to happen tonight, but that might lead to a Northern Nash taking it lightly.
And you never know. You would not assume that Northern Nash would let their guard down at all. Once again, this is their senior night. This is the last time. Of course, Northern most likely going to have some home games in the playoffs, but still, for definite, this is the last time Northern Nash will play on this field. So I think they're going to be ready to go. I think we're going to have a fired-up Knights team. I still think you're going to see a fired-up Southern Nash team. They're just going to have to figure something out. Folks, big thanks to tonight's game sponsors, of course, Brightspeed, switch to the bright side. JR's Maintenance Commercial and Industrial Metal Fabrication Services, proud supporter of student athletes. The Small Shops Mall and Trade It, 2916 Sunset Avenue, the former Steinmart building. Locally owned shops such as a bookstore, game store, and computer store, all located inside. Also, Trade It, located inside the small shops. And also at 1326 Ward Boulevard in Wilson. Buy, sell, or trade at Trade It. Don Bullock Chevrolet, 1920 North Wesleyan Boulevard in Rocky Mount. Doing it the better way at Don Bullock Chevrolet. Golden Corral, the only one for everyone at 921 North Wesleyan Boulevard, Rocky Mount. And of course, Nash Community College, your go-to spot for top-notch education and training in Nash County. Their award-winning faculty is there to provide you with the skills you need to land that dream job, switch careers, or earn your high school diploma. Folks, we're going to get Richard set up for spring registration that started on October the 21st because Richard needs another job, folks. Never forget that. Richard always needs another job.
Heavy week this week of jobs. I'll tell you what, this is my third football game of the week, Wes. So
we both worked hard this week, Rich. We both had big football weeks, haven't we?
It was fun last week when we had the first private school game in a long time between Rocky Mount Academy and Faith Christian. Of course, you were on the call with Kenny Dickinson.
Good football game.
On the upper floor doing the clock.
You were a very popular man that night, weren't you? Folks, Davis Wells going to be kicking it off for Northern Nash. deep to return for Southern Nash. Looks like that is number 20, Dion Artis. And it looks like maybe number 6, Zion Odom on the other side. We'll see what happens. But Davis Wells is going to be kicking it off. They have blown the whistle. We are ready to play football here at Death Valley. Folks, we are nearing the end of this marathon of a season. And we've got a big football game tonight. That will be Lions. You're right. You're very right.
But a touchback anyway, was not able to run it back.
All right, so that will bring out the Southern Nash offense. And folks, as a Southern Nash offense that, as we mentioned, is missing over 2,000 yards of total offense and 22 touchdowns. And senior Tyleek Mitchell, he's a Division I recruit. And that is not an easy thing to replace. But Jaden Hartsfield and Luke Faulkner are the two guys who will try to shoulder the load tonight. Kwame Battle, the sophomore quarterback under center, he will hand it off up the middle. And it looks like
a brick wall.
Faulkner hits a wall of green ahead of him. He won't get much, if anything. It'll bring up second down. Richard, I think this is a Northern Nash team that even more than maybe feeling they can go easy tonight, I think they smell blood in the water. I think this is a group of sharks that are about to attack.
You know, in Southern Nash, of course, having lost to Rocky Mount, are coming into this game furious. So you might see a big performance out of them.
There's a little toss to Faulkner. He's going to pick up about a yard on the play.
Looking at the defensive players right now on each of these first two plays, they're fired up.
Absolutely.
So it's like you said, it's the home crowd, homecoming, senior night.
Little bit of everything. Northern Nash a chance. So with a win tonight, Northern Nash, once again, if Rocky Mount wins, they set up a winner-take-all next week when they travel to Rocky Mount. But Northern knows they've got to win it tonight. Southern and Battle throws incomplete. He had Hartsfield in the route, threw it a little low, and that'll bring up fourth down. Rich, with a win tonight, Southern Nash can at least keep themselves in the conversation for a three-way tie. They would need Northern to turn around and beat Rocky Mount. This is, of course, assuming Rocky Mount beats Franklinton tonight. So Southern fighting for their lives to keep themselves in this conference championship race. Northern Nash, a great start defensively this game. Punt on the way. It's a high punt. It doesn't travel very far. It'll take a Northern bounce. And it will be down at the 42-yard line. And Richard, this high-powered Northern Nash offense will take the field, and they've only got 42 yards they've got to cover. Who's the guy that we're going to keep our eye on tonight? The tag team duo in the backfield of Berrien Strickland and Miles Eatman coming in. They have over 2,300 yards rushing between the two of them. Strickland leading the way with 1,302 yards and 21 touchdowns on the ground. He's added another touchdown on the receiving end. This is a powerful Northern Nash offense. Direct snap to Strickland. He gets outside. Eatman blocking one. Strickland's got us all right. He gone. Put 6 on the board, Night fans. That's a Northern Nash touchdown. And Richard.
Explosive speed right there.
As they say, one shot, one kill. And that's Berrien Strickland. Took the direct snap. A Southern Nash player never got a hand on him. And Strickland cruises in the end zone, a 42-yard touchdown, and Northern Nash is off and running.
42-yard rush touchdown. Christian Martin sets up with a PAT for the Knights.
Tristan Murray, extra points on the way. It's good. All right, folks, 10:38 to go in the first quarter. The Knights are on the board. They lead Southern Nash 7-0. Well, Richard, I guess we'll keep it right here. We haven't gotten very far yet in that quarter.
So quick.
That was quick. Now, Richard, I'll say everyone we've seen this year, I don't think I've seen anyone with more straight-ahead speed than Berrien Strickland. We saw him a few weeks ago against Nash Central. He was electric. He was unbelievable. and he's already started off that way tonight. I think the best thing that every other Big East team can see when they see Barry and Strickland is the two letters beside his name under class are S and R, which means I ain't got to see him again next year.
Exactly.
This kid is absolutely outstanding.
And it's not like there was nobody there near him. There were a bunch of Southern Nash defenders there. He just blew by everyone.
Miles Eatman, the thunder of the Thunder and Lightning backfield, he was out front, sprung him with a really nice block out on the perimeter. But other than that, it was just pure speed beating Southern Nash defenders to the corner. All right, it'll be Wells kicking it off. There's another big boot from Wells. And that one is going to go about 5 yards deep in the end zone. So,
Big play right there.
And Richard, what did we see last week? What made the difference in that ball game we saw last week? 3 kickoff returns for touchdown by Faith Christian. Well, Davis Wells obviously stayed home on Saturday and watched the broadcast and said, maybe I'll just kick everything halfway through the end zone.
Absolutely.
I'm glad we can inspire Davis.
And even when Rockman Academy tried to kick it out of bounds, Vincent was there to pick it up and run it in.
Faith said, no. You'll re-kick. And trying to get around the right side, that was Cameron Lyons, number 15, with a carry.
See, watching that play develop, you can see Lyons, it took him a while to try to turn the corner. Whereas with Northern Nash on that first play, the corner was turned instantly. And it was gone.
And, once again, I know it'll be harped on all night. You have to say it when a guy like Tyleek Mitchell is not playing. But Tyleek Mitchell versus Barry and Strickland was going to be the running back showdown of the season. And unfortunately, we're not going to get to see that tonight. And for Southern, when you lose a guy like Tyleek Mitchell, it's going to change a lot tonight for the Firebirds. Handoff, that's going absolutely nowhere.
You're going to have to end up seeing Southern go to the air because they're being completely stopped at the line of scrimmage.
And unfortunately for Southern Nash, the aerial attack is not their specialty.
They'll have to come up with it tonight, though.
They're going to have to figure something out because right now they're not getting anything. All right, 3rd down and 5. 9:16 to go on the Brightspeed scoreboard. 7-0 Northern Nash up early over Southern Nash. And inside toss. No joy. And it looked like for Northern Nash, the first man there was number 40, Jordan Jones, the big defensive end. And that's going to bring up 4th down, Richard. That's going to bring out, once again, the Southern Nash punt team.
And you can see there, Wes, 3 running plays, 1 yard per play. That's not going to cut it.
Strickland is one of the deep men back. It's Strickland and DeMonte Adams. The last punt wasn't a great one for Southern. And punt away. And it's going to be no punt. Return. That at least takes a Southern Nash bounce. And that will be on the opposite 42-yard line, which is Northern started their last drive on the Southern 42. They'll start this drive on their own 42 with 8:08 remaining in the first quarter. Richard, of course, a huge thanks to tonight's game sponsors. JR's Maintenance, the Small Shops Mall and Trade It, Don Bullock Chevrolet, Golden Corral, and of course Nash Community College, folks, Golden Corral. I know we got to talk about them every week, Rich.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't mind it because when you got all you can eat baby back ribs,
you got to go there once a week.
And 3 different types.
How about the good year we've had this year with Brightspeed?
Oh, Brightspeed's been amazing. Brightspeed is this year's title sponsor. Man, they have come in. It's been a home run with those guys, and we appreciate the heck out of them. Trenton Seegers. Handoff, and this time Strickland going to be dropped a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage. Coming up with the tackle is number 6, Zion Odom. All right, so now the Southern Nash defense has their feet wet a little bit. They've made a play now. And now let's see if they can calm down. Of course, we remember once again that Nash Central game a few weeks ago. I think Northern scored the first 3 times they touched the ball offensively. Something like that.
There was 21 points in less than the first 7 minutes of the game.
Yeah. Handoff. Strickland's got the outside. Strickland's over the 50. He's going to run out of bounds at the 45. He's run out by C.J. Tyler, but it is a first down.
Did you see when he kicked it in the second gear?
He does. He goes from first to second so quickly and so smoothly. Of course, that first down brought to you by JR's Maintenance, proud supporter of all the student athletes. And Strickland, handoff, looking for running room. He'll fall forward. He'll pick up a couple yards on the play. I'll bring up second down. Richard, as impressive as this Northern Nash offense is, in 4 conference games have only given up 29 total points.
Southern's got their work cut out for them, and I still insist that they're going to have to go to the air, though.
Yeah, they're going to have to try something. Something's got to give one way or the other. You got to try something different. Seegers hands it off. That's Eatman. Eatman has a hole. Eatman's over the 30. Eatman over the 25 and the 20. Eatman fighting his way toward the finder. And Eatman's going to go outside, inside the 5, down near the, let's call that the 3-yard line. No, we're going to call it the 4-yard line. It'll be a first and goal for Northern. And, well, Richard, they didn't go to 1, but 8 made them pay. That was the thunder of the Thunder Lightning.
They went to Miles, and he got some distance.
That's a winner. Seegers handoff. Eatman sidesteps 1. He'll spin forward, and he will be stopped for a gain of a yard on the play. And it'll bring up a second and goal for the Knights.
Second and goal before.
And Richard, at this point, early in the first quarter, we're midway through the first quarter. Northern Nash kind of feeling like Thanos. They just feel inevitable right now. It just feels like how this is going to end.
Remembering back to the game with Southern and Alamance in that great game, with Southern coming back for the win, that made me even more looking forward to this game tonight.
Direct snap to Eatman. He'll put his head down, fire forward. Put 6 on the board, Knight fans. That's a Northern Nash touchdown. Miles Eatman from 3 yards out. And the Knights have a 2-possession lead, and we're midway through the first quarter. Murray will come on to attempt the extra point.
Murray sets up the PAT. The ball will be over. It is up.
Extra point is up. It is good. So with 5:43 remaining in the first quarter, Northern Nash stretches that lead to 14-0 over Southern. We'll be back after this quick commercial break on the Brightspeed High School Football Game of the Week on WHIG TV. Tonight's game brought to you on WHIG TV by Brightspeed. Switch to the bright side. Also brought to you by JR's Maintenance, Commercial and Industrial Metal Fabrication Services. Proud to support student athletes. Small Shops Mall, 2619 Sunset Avenue in the former Steinmart building. Dozens of locally owned shops inside, as well as Trade It now open inside the small shops. Don Bullock Chevrolet, 1920 North Wesleyan Boulevard in Rocky Mount. Doing it the better way at Don Bullock Chevrolet. Golden Corral, 921 North Wesleyan Boulevard. The only one for everyone. The Brightspeed High School Football Game of the Week.
The weak Wi-Fi at my old place led to some regrettable trolling. But here, Brightspeed got me set up with reliable fiber internet that works everywhere. Man, I'm good.
Move to Brightspeed Fiber Internet and switch to the bright side.
When I grow up, I want to be an actor.
So why don't you act like a good sister and get me some more of those baby back ribs?
I want to be a director now. Let's try a scene where you go get your own. And action.
And cut.
A lot of drama on this set.
Action.
And cut.
Maybe I'll just go get wings for everybody.
When you're buying a pre-owned car or truck, we know what's important to you. Selection. Choose from hundreds of hand-selected pre-owned vehicles on our website or lot. Dependability. We stand behind our pre-owned with factory or Don Bullock warranty. Price and monthly payments. We can get you in the vehicle that works for your budget. We'll handle all the DMV paperwork, including tags. Look through our inventory. It's updated daily. Third-generation owner and manager on site to help you. Doing business the better way. Don Bullock Chevrolet.
Shop local at Trade It and Small Shop Small. Trade It is stocked fully of gently used items, all backed by a 30-day warranty. Plus, when you shop at Trade It and you bring some items you're not using anymore, you can get paid cash on the spot. Big news, Trade It is also now carrying an entire selection of lab-created diamonds, solitaires, studs, and engagement rings. All at 20 to 40% off the price of mined diamonds. These are actual diamonds just created in a lab. Same sparkle, same chemical composition, same beauty of mined diamonds. Come in and take a look. Next door, you can shop local merchants selling a variety of goods. Or you can open your own retail store at Small Shop Small with no long-term lease. Locals, shop local at Trade It and Small Shop Small.
Nash Community College is offering a brand new scholarship to new and current full-time curriculum students. Next NC offers $3,000 covering a full semester's tuition and course materials to North Carolina students making $80,000 or less. So take yourself to the next level by applying to Nash Community College and completing your FAFSA application. For more information, visit nashcc.edu/registration or by calling 252-451-8263.
All right, folks, welcome back on the Brightspeed High School Football Game of the Week on WHIG TV. Northern Nash up midway through the first quarter, 14-0 on Southern Nash. Rich, while we were at commercial, I received a text message asking me to endorse a certain person for president. Rich, I can't do that on this show, but what I can endorse is Barry and Strickland for president. Because the way that young man has run tonight, somebody just needs to put him in charge of something.
You know, Wes, there's something big happening tonight over and above this great football game.
Oh, Rich, what could that possibly be?
That is the wedding of Matthew Berry.
The wedding of Matthew Berry. And just to celebrate, they decided to start the World Series tonight, too. I don't really know who's playing in that. I haven't paid that much attention, but you know.
As you will see in my post, it'll be the first World Series since I was a kid that I will not be watching.
Oh, wait. Otani's playing. I know that much. I'm good. I'll watch it now that Otani's playing. All right, folks, Southern with the ball. Davis Wells kicks his third kickoff out of the back of the end zone. We'll talk about that in just a moment. Southern going nowhere.
Look at that defensive line, Wes. That defensive line is impressive.
So, Richard, here's another trend that we've seen. Northern Nash has had two possessions, one start in Southern territory, the other very close to midfield. Northern has put 3 kickoffs through the back of the end zone, which means Southern hasn't started better than the 25. They are being dominated in the field position game. At the 20. Battle looking to throw. He's got a man. Incomplete. Overthrows his receiver.
He's got an arm, so he's bound to be able to connect with some of these receivers.
Pass intended for Brandon Hill. And Rich, of course, Kwame Battle, we know his father well. Of course, a former Southern Nash All-State player, played at Virginia Tech.
Yeah.
Played a little baseball for your guys back in the day.
So I'm on the baseball field for sure.
Really good baseball player. All right, folks, timeout on the field, 5:01. We'll take it with him.
For the Vipers.
All right, back to action. Southern Nash facing a 3rd and long. Battle rolls out to his left. He's looking to throw. Has a man. Incomplete. Missed his receiver. Was looking for Hartsfield out in the route. And Richard, A third consecutive 3-and-out for Southern Nash. They're going to have to punt it back to Northern. Richard, right now,
we had a flag on the field.
There is a flag.
Looks like there's too many men on the field.
Illegal man downfield.
Illegal man downfield, okay.
Result of play is a 4th and 10 for the Firebirds.
Still gonna have to punt. It looks like
they're still in the punt position. And the white hat just checking in with his guys. Now they pointed toward the penalty being against Northern.
They're really having a hard time deciding what to.
Why would Southern Nash decline a penalty against Northern Nash? Is my question. Why would you decline a penalty? And I think they're going to talk about that right now. And Richard, you know what we're going to talk about right now while they're talking about that? What they're talking about right now? Richard, we're going to talk about where do the refs usually need to get after a game? Far away as fast as they can. Now, Rich, if you need to go a long way and have a short time to get there, you obviously need to go to Don Bullock Chevrolet first because you got to have some wheels. You got to have some speed. You need Barry and Strickland's what you need. Give him the football. Strickland Eatman 24, folks. There's my new presidential ticket. But Don Bullock Chevrolet, 1920 Northwest Boulevard, Rocky Mount. Doing it the better way at Don Bullock Chevrolet. Richard, can you believe we're in the year 2024? Don Bullock Chevrolet has been in business in Rocky Mount, family owned, for over a century.
That's amazing.
Over a century. Now, you were a man of a family-owned business. That's crazy. That's crazy being in business that long.
That's super successful.
That is. So, folks, you know you can trust Don Bullock Chevrolet. You know they're going to get you in the best ride. You know they're going to get you with the best deal. So check them out today at Don Bullock Chevrolet. Doing it the better way at Don Bullock Chevrolet.
So did they pick up the flag? It looks like they've just, all they did was pick up the flag after the conference.
Once again, I don't know what they were calling because, once again, why would Southern Nash decline a penalty against Northern Nash? Therein lies the fun. Therein lies my question. Okay, so it looks like it's 4th down. They got 4th on the sticks.
Result of play is a 4th and 10 for the Firebirds.
No, okay, they're going to replay 3rd down. Okay, we don't know what happened here. Anyway, Battle's going to try it again. Looks like the same play, and again, incomplete. He was looking for Hartsfield.
Wes, I'm seeing 5 for 5 in passes that are all too high.
Incomplete pass. Folks, Kwame Battle, a sophomore, 5'11", 175 pounds. He moves well. He's got a live arm. It's just one of those things. He's rushing tonight. Everything's been high. That young man's got some time. He's going to be a good quarterback for the Firebirds. Tonight just doesn't look like his night, unfortunately. And Southern actually has a different punter in the game. Oh, high snap. They are able to get off. That's a much better punt than what we've seen so far.
Takes a nice bounce, too.
It takes a very good bounce. And Northern will have their worst starting field position of the night out at the about the 31-yard line. 4:41 to go in the first quarter.
He pumped it up to 34 first. Tell us
With that explosive offense that they have, Wes, I don't think Northern cares where they start from.
I kind of agree with you. It's kind of like, once again, you get that Corvette out there. If you're racing my mom's Kia, you're probably going to beat them from a few yards back. So, all right. So Northern up 2 scores. They could put an early nail into Southern Nash. Toss sweep. That's Strickland. Strickland slips one, and Strickland will go out of bounds at about the 31.5. So he honestly gets about half a yard on that gain. I think when Strickland saw he wasn't getting anything, figured might as well save the hit. Looks Tamarius Moore split out wide to the right. You've got Logan Williams out on the left. You do have a man in the slot. Seegers, handoff, Strickland. Oh, that time he gets crunched in between a pair of Firebirds. That was 11, Davon Richardson, and 6, Zion Odom. Gain of a couple on the play. It's going to be 3rd and long for the Knights, somewhere they have not been tonight.
We'll see if Northern goes to the air on this one.
We haven't seen Northern put in the air yet.
3rd and long.
Siger, no, it's a reverse handoff.
Reverse.
That is DeMonte Adams. Adams has the first down more. Adams at the 50. Adams across the 40, still on his feet. Adams crosses the 30 before he's run out of bounds on the 28-yard line. Well, Richard, no need to throw it. We can keep doing that.
Exactly what I was about to say. It doesn't matter. Bet they're 3rd and long. Just hand it off to do the reverse and go, go, go.
DeMonte Adams, it was a great run, and then when he started adding the dance moves down at the end. All right, gain of 29, Northern first down. There's Strickland up the middle. Strickland's going to cross the 25 out to the 24. Gain of 6 on first down. Clock runs, 3:35 to go in the first quarter. On the Bright Speed scoreboard, Northern Nash 14, Southern Nash 0. Northern on the march.
Second and 4 for the Knights. On Firebird, 24.
Strickland goes left side. He's going to be up over the 20 out to the 19-yard line. And believe where they're spotting him should be enough for the first down. And they are going to call it. That will be a JR's maintenance first down. His ball just on the other side of the 20-yard line. Northern strong setup in the backfield. There's a handoff. Strickland. Strickland breaks. He gone. Puts 6 on the board, Knight fans. That's a Northern Nash touchdown. Barry and Strickland from 20 yards out.
So, Wes, you see Strickland get the handoff, go into a pack of Southern Nash Firebirds, and exit like a flash.
He just explodes out of there. All right, Richard, I'm ready to amend. Barry and Strickland, why waste him on being the president? We don't need him as president, but we do. I think I am starting the campaign for Barry and Strickland to be the 24 Big East Player of the Year. I'll give him that, definitely. Snap, hold, kick on the way. Extra point is good. 2:49 remaining in the first quarter. Northern Nash is on the doorstep of blowing this one open. They lead Southern Nash 21-0 on the game of the week. All right, folks, 2:49 remaining here in the first quarter. It's 21-0 Northern Nash over Southern Nash. And now Davis Wells, let's see if he brings out the boomstick once again. He's kicked 3 balls through the end zone thus far tonight. And the officials say, let's play football. Wells, and this is a returnable. Oh, it bounces into the end zone. And trying to find some running room is, I believe that's Cameron Lyons on the return. And Lyons finally getting the chance to return, bobbles it, picks it up and goes. And they'll return out to about the 17-yard line. Looks like we have an injured Firebird on the sideline. Injury timeout, we'll take it with him. All right, folks, out of the injury timeout, Southern Nash out with it. First down at the, they end up at about the 20-yard line. Hand off, looking for running room. Falling forward will be Hartsfield. And, folks, we got a little of the extracurriculars kicking off. Now, look, folks, we are all for extracurriculars in school. The FFA, the Key Club, a little Beta Club. I'm okay with that. We don't need this kind of extracurricular, especially this early in the ball game, because usually they only simmer a little more as we go on.
Good to see, Wes, that the coach was saying the same thing that you were saying. he was getting his player off the field immediately.
Yeah, real quick. Northern Nash, especially at a point where you've got this commanding lead, the last thing you want to do is get one of your guys in trouble and suspended for next week's game against Rocky Mount or even subsequent playoff games. This Northern Nash team looks loaded for bear for a deep run into December. Handoff right side, that's Faulkner. Faulkner fighting his way forward. Luke Faulkner moving the pile. And he's going to be out to the 29. It's going to bring up 3rd down and a yard. And Rich, we have a flag down at the 30-yard line.
We just short of the first. So we have a flag on field.
And let's see what we've got. Oh, it's going to be a face mask against Northern Nash. It's going to be a 5-yard penalty. So that will officially be Southern Nash's first down of the game. All right, so the face mask against Northern, that adds 5 yards, gives them the first down. Ball out to the 34-yard line.
For the Firebirds.
Battle under center, handoff, that's Faulkner. Faulkner looking right room. Faulkner fires off of one, spins himself forward. And Richard, I don't think I foresee we could have some laundry coming out tonight for Tempers on this field. Gain of 4 by Luke Faulkner. Luke Faulkner absolutely tougher than nails. He is a heck of a football player for this Southern Nash team. Faulkner, a great linebacker, comes in with just under 400 yards rushing on the season. 3rd leading rusher for the Firebirds. Toss sweep going to the left. That's Hartsfield. Hartsfield going to be up near the 45-yard line, and he's going to have enough for the first down. As they get the sticks ready, we're going to run the clock. 30 seconds remain in the first quarter. 21-0 Northern leading Southern.
Looks like they're going to let the clock run out in the quarter.
Kind of thinking 25-second play clock, starting the clock at 33 seconds. That Southern having to run our play, but they won't. All right, folks, so that is going to be 1 quarter in the books. Big thanks to tonight's game sponsors, JR's Maintenance, the Small Shop Small and Trade It, Don Bullock Chevrolet, Golden Corral, and Nash Community College. Folks, we got one in the books here at Death Valley. Northern Nash off to a quick start. They lead Southern by a score of 21-0. We'll be back with more of the Brightspeed High School Football Game of the Week on WHIG TV. Tonight's game brought to you on WHIG TV by Brightspeed. Switch to the bright side. Also brought to you by JR's Maintenance, Commercial and Industrial Metal Fabrication Services. Proud to support student athletes. Small Shops Mall, 2619 Sunset Avenue in the former Steinmart building. Dozens of locally owned shops inside, as well as Trade It, now open inside the small shops. Don Bullock Chevrolet, 1920 North Wesleyan Boulevard in Rocky Mount. Doing it the better way at Don Bullock Chevrolet. Golden Corral, 921 North Wesleyan Boulevard. The only one for everyone. The Brightspeed High School Football Game of the Week.
The weak Wi-Fi at my old place led to some regrettable trolling. But here, Brightspeed got me set up with reliable fiber internet that works everywhere. Man, I'm good.
Move to Brightspeed Fiber Internet and switch to the bright side.
When I grow up, I want to be an actor.
So why don't you act like a good sister and get me some more buffalo wings?
On second thought, I want to be a director. Let's try a scene where you go get your own.
Can we get some more lemon pepper wings in this scene?
Ooh, and honey teriyaki too.
Ooh, good note.
Have your people call my people.
When you're buying a pre-owned car or truck, we know what's important to you. Selection. Choose from hundreds of hand-selected pre-owned vehicles on our website or lot. Dependability. We stand behind our pre-owned with factory or Don Bullock warranty. Price and monthly payments. We can get you in the vehicle that works for your budget. We'll handle all the DMV paperwork, including tags. Look through our inventory. It's updated daily. Third-generation owner and manager on site to help you. Doing business the better way. Don Bullock Chevrolet.
Shop local at Trade It and Small Shop Small. Trade It is stocked fully of gently used items, all backed by a 30-day warranty. Plus, when you shop at Trade It and you bring some items you're not using anymore, you can get paid cash on the spot. Big news, Trade It is also now carrying an entire selection of lab-created diamonds, solitaires, studs, and engagement rings. All at 20 to 40% off the price of mined diamonds. These are actual diamonds just created in a lab. Same sparkle, same chemical composition, same beauty of mined diamonds. Come in and take a look. Next door, you can shop local merchants selling a variety of goods. Or you can open your own retail store at Small Shop Small with no long-term lease. Locals, shop local at Trade It and Small Shop Small.
Nash Community College is offering a brand new scholarship to new and current full-time curriculum students. Next NC offers $3,000 covering a full semester's tuition and course materials to North Carolina students making $80,000 or less. So take yourself to the next level by applying to Nash Community College and completing your FAFSA application. For more information, visit nashcc.edu/registration or by calling 252-451-8263.
As we welcome everyone back on the Brightspeed High School Football Game of the Week, Southern Nash will have 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line as we start the second quarter. Northern Nash up 21-0 on the Brightspeed scoreboard. Quick toss to Faulkner. Faulkner falling forward. He'll gain a little bit on the play. It won't be much. We do have a Firebird down. That's Davon Richardson. And it looks like they're going to come out and take a look at Richardson. Injury timeout on the field. We'll take that with them. All right, folks, back from our timeout. Southern Nash gained about half a yard on first down. Actually, folks, they're going to put them right back on the line of scrimmage. No gain on first. It'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Firebirds.
10 for the Firebirds. That's an entry.
Toss sweep, and we've got a flag on the play.
Unfortunately for the Firebirds, Richardson's going to go out there with a hurt ankle, it looks like. He couldn't walk it off under his own power, so we might not see him back in the game, Wes.
False start against Southern Nash. It'll be a 5-yard penalty. And for a Southern Nash team who's already missing the Big East leading rusher in Tyleek Mitchell, you don't want to lose one of your best two-way threats in Davon Richardson. Folks, we talked about the juggernaut that has been Northern Nash this season. We take a look down their schedule. An opening season win against Wilson Hunt at Death Valley. They went to Fike and beat the Golden Demons. Then 2 J.H. Rose and a thriller over the Rampants. A home win against D.H. Conley before they started conference play. Wins over Bunn, Roanoke Rapids, Nash Central, and Franklinton, all in dominant fashion, have led them where they are tonight. Pitch to Hartsfield going left side. Hartsfield's going to be back near the original line of scrimmage. And that's actually exactly where he's back to. Back to the 45-yard line. So it is going to bring up 3rd down and 10. And, Rich, it has been tough sledding for Southern Nash. Let's see what they can do on 3rd.
3rd and 10 for the Firebirds and 45.
Battle to the line. He's got a pair of running backs. He's got a wing and Faulkner. And quick throw, slant, caught. And that is going to be a Southern Nash first down. Israel Whitaker, the big 6'2", 215-pound wide receiver, on the slant. And Richard, right now, that's about as good a play as you can ask for from Southern Nash to move the football when they have to.
And they're going to have to keep doing that, Wes. They haven't been able to do anything in the first quarter on the ground game, so.
All right, Battle looking to throw again. He's going bad to Whitaker. That pass is picked. Picked by number 2, DeMonte Adams. And Rich, just when Southern starts to get something going, They turn it over, and that'll bring back Seeger and the Northern Nash offense. All right, Seeger's out there. He's got Eatman lining up. Strickland was playing a lot of defense on that last possession, so he's going to take a breather. Hand off Eatman. Eatman looking for running room. He's not going to find much of it. And no gain on first down for the Knights. 10-10 remaining in the second quarter. 21-0 Northern leading Southern on the Brightspeed scoreboard. Northern Nash got off to a red-hot start on their first offensive play in the game, a 42-yard Barry and Strickland touchdown, and they haven't really slowed down since. Seeger's looking to throw the lefty, puts it up, he's got a man! Ooh, that ball just overthrown to Tamarius Moore. Richard, I kind of saw a handful of jersey.
The crowd is not happy, Wes. They saw the hold.
Jeremiah Battle was the man on the defense. I believe that was Battle and Danny Dunston out there.
What are you looking at?
Well, folks, that was a controversial one. Third down and long now for the Knights. Handoff, Eatman. Eatman will fight his way forward. He's not going to find much running room. And the Southern Nash defense comes up with a stop. And that'll bring out the Northern punt team. So the Southern interception does not come back to bite them. And Davis Wells is going to come out and punt it away. Richard, the play of that series, the second down long throw, because Moore had a step on his defender. It looked like there was a lot of jersey being tugged on. Punt is blocked. Wells' punt is blocked, and he will have to go down on it. No, ball's still loose.
Inside the 5 as we're still in recovery.
And Southern Nash going to recover at the 4-yard line. So, folks, maybe there is some life for the Firebirds. Southern brought the pressure. Richard, good time to dial it up. I guess if you're not moving the football, you might as well just dial it up and see what you can do.
Block punt on the 4.
All right, ball at the 4-yard line. The Firebirds will take over first and goal. 8:44 to go in the second quarter. 21-0 Northern leading Southern, but Southern Nash now knocking on the door.
Goal from the 4 and the Firebirds make the pay here.
Hand off, and going up the middle is Hartsfield. Hartsfield will pick up about a yard. He'll be down at the 3.
It's amazing that they must only be averaging about a yard on each of the running plays. That defensive line is strong for Northern Nash.
They've had a 9-yard run, and really that slant was about the 2 best plays we've seen tonight from Southern offensively.
Now they get the other end.
Full backfield. Toss, sweep, Hartsfield. I think he's going to be short. And Hartsfield will be short. He'll be at about the 1-yard line.
Well, you're in 4th down territory here, so they'll go for it down 21 points.
Oh, definitely 4th down territory. This Northern Nash crowd is loud. They want to see their Knights come up with a stand. And off Hartsfield puts 6 on the board, Firebird fans. That's a Southern Nash touchdown. Jaden Hartsfield from a yard out, and the Firebirds are on the board.
Firebirds heading for the PAT.
Southern setting up. Who's that?
Kick is up.
All right, extra point is up and good. All right, folks, 7:37 to go here in the second quarter. Southern Nash, after the block punt, they punch it in from a yard out. They are on the board, 21-7. Northern leads on the Brightspeed scoreboard. We'll be back after this quick commercial break with more of the Brightspeed High School Football Game of the Week from WHIG TV. Tonight's game brought to you on WHIG TV by Brightspeed. Switch to the bright side. Also brought to you by JR's Maintenance Commercial and Industrial Metal Fabrication Services. Proud to support student athletes. Small Shops Mall, 2619 Sunset Avenue in the former Steinmart building. Dozens of locally owned shops inside, as well as Trade It, now open inside the small shops. Don Bullock Chevrolet, 1920 North Wesleyan Boulevard in Rocky Mount. Doing it the better way at Don Bullock Chevrolet. Golden Corral, 921 North Wesleyan Boulevard, the only one for everyone. The Brightspeed High School Football Game of the Week.
The weak Wi-Fi at my old place led to some regrettable trolling. But here, Brightspeed got me set up with reliable fiber internet that works everywhere. Man, I'm good.
Move to Brightspeed Fiber Internet and switch to the bright side.
Negra, I want to be an actor.
So why don't you act like a good sister and get me some more of those baby back ribs?
I want to be a director now. Let's try a scene where you go get your own. And action.
And cut.
A lot of drama on this set.
Action.
And cut.
Maybe I'll just go get wings for everybody.
When you're buying a pre-owned car or truck, we know what's important to you. Selection. Choose from hundreds of hand-selected pre-owned vehicles on our website or lot. Dependability. We stand behind our pre-owned with factory or Don Bullock warranty. Price and monthly payments. We can get you in the vehicle that works for your budget. We'll handle all the DMV paperwork, including tags. Look through our inventory. It's updated daily. Third generation owner and manager on site to help you. Doing business the better way. Don Bullock Chevrolet.
Shop local at Trade It and Small Shops Mall. Trade It is stocked fully of gently used items, all backed by a 30-day warranty. Plus, when you shop at Trade It and you bring some items you're not using anymore, you can get paid cash on the spot. Big news, Trade It is also now carrying an entire selection of lab-created diamonds, solitaires, studs, and engagement rings. All at 20 to 40% off the price of mined diamonds. These are actual diamonds just created in a lab. Same sparkle, same chemical composition, same beauty of mined diamonds. Come in and take a look. Next door, you can shop local merchants selling a variety of goods. Or you can open your own retail store at Small Shops Mall with no long-term lease. Locals, shop local at Trade It and Small Shops Mall.
Nash Community College is offering a brand new scholarship to new and current full-time curriculum students. Next NC offers $3,000 covering a full semester's tuition and course materials to North Carolina students making $80,000 or less. So take yourself to the next level by applying to Nash Community College and completing your FAFSA application. For more information, visit nashcc.edu/registration or by calling 252-451-8263.
Folks, welcome back on the Brightspeed High School Football Game of the Week. Wes Bradshaw, Richard Sarmiento coming to you from Death Valley. That's right, Northern Nash as the Knights lead the Southern Nash Firebirds 21-7. 7:36 to go in the first half. Big thanks to tonight's game sponsors, JR's Maintenance, the Small Shops Mall and Trade It, Don Bullock Chevrolet, Golden Corral, and Nash Community College. Fantastic sponsors. There is an onside kind of a pooch, and Northern plays it perfectly. And that's Adams. Adams looking for some running room. And Richard, if he hadn't run into his own guy, he might have had a chance to bump it outside.
But as you mentioned, the onside kick was a good move on the Firebirds' part. They would have been able to recover it. They had the momentum going with that block punt, scored the touchdown. They got life. They got life all of a sudden.
Just wasn't a very good onside kick. Put a little too much on that onside kick. Gave Northern a chance. Knight's going to have the ball at the 40-yard line. Seegers in shotgun. He's got Strickland back there with him, and we have got whistles on the field. And looks like we're going to have a timeout. Southern Nash. Timeout on the field. We'll take it with them. 7:25 to go. All right, folks, back from our quick timeout. Let's keep playing. Hand off Strickland. Strickland has the edge. Strickland cuts outside. Strickland's got a first down. He'll step out of bounds at the Southern Nash 49.
Good number to Northern Nash.
And, they're actually going to give him the 48 on that play. 12-yard gain by Strickland, and it'll be a Knight first down. And Richard, every time that dude gets the ball, you're just holding your breath, waiting for something to happen.
And I like the way that he doesn't take unnecessary hits. Once he sees he can't go anywhere else, he's going to come out of bounds and not take that last hit.
Strickland puts his head down. He'll get out to the 42-yard line.
That's the fastest way to get injured is take that last hit when you're going to go nowhere anyway.
That's right. I mean, especially it's the first half of a regular season game. Live to play another day. It's not a necessary to gain an extra yard.
2nd and 3 for that.
2nd down and 3, gain of 7 on the first one. Seeger, Strickland, looks like he was stumbling a little bit, fires forward. He's going to be out to the 40. That'll leave him a yard short of the first down. 3rd down coming up for the Knights. Let's take a quick look at Southern Nash's schedule. Their first 7 went fantastic. Wins over East Wake, South Granville, Fike, a thriller against Southern Alamance, a closer than expected win against Nash Central, win against Roanoke Rapids, Bunn, and then the loss last week against Rocky Mountain has left them somewhat reeling and without their top running back. And Northern going to be stuffed on 3rd and short. And Strickland had no room to run, and it was the big man for Southern Nash.
Also the yard on the play. 304 and 2.
It was number 50, Zamir Ashford, 6'3", 360. I believe it. And the big man fights his way through, stops Strickland in his path.
Official timeout.
And we have an official timeout on the field. Let's see what we're checking. We're just going to stay right here. Northern Nash going to keep the offense on the field. They lose a yard on the play. Small on the 41. They got to get to the 39. They have left the offense on the field. And it looks like Southern Nash is going to take a timeout with 5:40 remaining. 21-7, Northern leads Southern. Big 4th down play coming up for the Knights here on the Game of the Week. All right, 4th down for the Knights. Seegers. No, it's not going to be Seegers. It's going to be Strickland direct snap, and there's a flag on the play. Oh, false start against Northern Nash.
What are you talking about?
Okay. I didn't see the false start, but somebody saw the false start. And Richard, for the 2nd consecutive drive, a penalty is going to stifle Northern Nash's progress. Davis Wells going to come out for the kick, and Strickland had the first down on that direct snap.
Southern Nash is feeling a little life right now.
Wells' last punt was blocked. Let's see if Southern comes hard again. They play it back a little bit. Wells drops it. Ball taken at the 12. There's some running room and a nice return for Hartsfield. And Southern going to be out at about the 41-yard line. Pretty good field position for the Firebirds as they'll bring the offense back, and they trail 21-7. 5:24 remain in the 2nd quarter. Rich, at the first quarter, it looked like Northern Nash was going to run away and hide in this football game, but Southern comes up with a block punt. They come down with a stop on this drive. And now Southern can cut this to a 1-score game if they can find their way into the end zone. Faulkner, no, I believe that was Faulkner with the carry. He'll go around right side. Oh, there you go. That ball's out. Rich, Northern came out with that football. I think they're going to call him down.
There's a lot of upset people on the Northern Nash sideline there, Brett West, as they certainly thought it was a fumble.
Caleb Staten came out with the football running the other way. We never heard a whistle. And Northern Nash is feeling very aggrieved right now, Richard. They've had just the last few drives, they had what looked like a pretty definite pass interference not get called. They had a false start that no one could figure out where the false start came from, and now they're saying that Faulkner was down.
Joe Kalinda, the white hat, had to come over and explain it to the coach, and his coach is irate.
All right, so the official score of the play, Faulkner picks up a yard, and we are going. Toss sweep Hartsfield left side, and he is tackled by a gang of green. And now to bring up third down.
Here's a little play, bring up 3rd and 7 for the Firebirds.
Of course, Richard, we do not have replay in high school football. I don't know why. We have NIL, but not replay yet. And all right, Northern Nash going to take a timeout. They want to be ready for this big third down play. 4:40 to go. Timeout. 3rd down and 7. Southern Nash trying to keep this drive alive. They trail by 2 scores. 4:40 remain in the second quarter. This Northern crowd is loud. Ball tipped, incomplete. Battle was looking for Whitaker on the slant.
It was tipped at the line of scrimmage.
One of the Northern linemen did exactly what you're supposed to do. If you can't get to a quarterback, you throw your hands up, make some traffic. Ball tips off a Northern lineman's hand over the head of Whitaker. And it'll bring up 4th down, and it'll bring out the Southern Nash punt team. Strickland and Adams are the 2 deep men for Northern.
Now you put yourself back in that situation where you can answer in a big way if you're able to.
Snap there. That took a while to get off. Good snap, and Adams going to take it on a fair catch at about the 20. We put him on the 25-yard line. All right, Richard, 4.5 to go here in the second quarter. Northern Nash with the football. They have a 2-score lead. And not only that, Richard, they will get the opening kickoff of the second half. They have 2 timeouts. The clock is not an issue here for the Knights. They would love to put one on the board, take this thing to halftime, and then start off the second half in a hot start.
Surprising to score 21 points in the first quarter and then at the moment being shut out in the second quarter. That shows you that the Firebirds are into the game. I mean, they didn't flinch at the 21-0 score.
They've taken a beating, but they are still standing. Seegers looking to throw. Seegers has to pull it down. Seegers in trouble, and he is going to lose a couple of yards. And that was Whitaker coming up and making the hit in the backfield. Good play for Southern on first down. All right, Rich, it is officially 8:01 Eastern time. Who's your World Series pick?
I'm going to pick that somehow, some way, neither team wins.
Oh, Rich, a man after my own heart. Maybe if Yankee Stadium just gets condemned in like maybe Game 6 or something, I'd be okay with that. I'm not picking here. I'm going to pick Shohei Ohtani. What do you think there, Rich? The guy does everything else. Might as well let him win a World Series by himself. Handoff right side. And Northern going to pick up the yardage they lost, plus about 4 on the play.
I need the Dodgers to put off the ultimate play. They're saying officially Ohtani's not going to pitch. I'd love to see him come in Game 7 to save the game.
Yes, yes. As I've called this, it's the evil empire versus the pretty much just as evil empire. So, but hey, I mean, we like Ohtani. Everybody's got to like Ohtani. I mean, Ohtani's just the man.
The evils from the 2 coasts.
It's just everyone else on the field besides Ohtani's just pretty terrible in our book. Even though Carlos Rodon is a North Carolina guy, we'll give him that. Toss, sweep going right side. That's going nowhere. Southern going to lose some yardage. You're going to be back to the original line of scrimmage. And Rich, it's going to be 3rd and long now for the Knights.
Speaking of Carlos Rodon, he's going to be able to pitch in the World Series because he's scheduled to start game 2. And as you know, he's pitched in the College World Series as well.
That he has, and I believe won a state title for, where was he? Holly Springs, I believe, in his day. So he's looking for the trifecta now. State title, College World Series, Pro World Series. Knight's going to punt away. And Wells. That's a high punt. And Hartsfield looking for running room. He's got some. Hartsfield gets the outside. Hartsfield's on his horse. He's over midfield. Hartsfield the 40. Hartsfield the 30. The 20. And finally knocked out of bounds. And Wells has got to be one of the last guys on the field to knock him out. Richard, Southern Nash, they've gotten a few breaks go their way. They are hanging on by the edge of their fingernails. But Rich, with 1:53, if they can find a way to get it in, they're going to be down a score, possibly going to halftime.
And they've dominated this quarter.
They have dominated this quarter. They lead it 7-0. You know they want to add at least another touchdown. Southern starts this drive at the 13-yard line. Southern in tight. That's how they like to play it. Handoff up the middle. That's not going to get much of anything. No, that ball is out. Northern is out with it. And Rich, it's the big man in the middle of the Northern Nash defense, Joshua Pryor, 6 foot 290. He came out of the scrum with the football. And Southern Nash absolutely wastes that fantastic punt return.
Just when you thought Southern Nash was going to go to the locker room all pumped up, that balloon just got deflated.
Brian Batchelor is not happy on the sideline for Northern Nash, or excuse me, for Southern Nash. Folks, there was a play on the last Southern Nash drive where it looked like Northern Nash had a fumble recovery. It was overturned. But this time it looks like the Knights come out with it. All right, Northern gets another chance at offense. They're pretty much right back where they were. Seegers hands it off, and Strickland not able to get much of anything going. 63, Christopher Julius Harris, the defensive lineman, getting the stop in the backfield. Loss of 2 on the play. And Richard, now we're approaching 1:15. This Northern Nash offense has absolutely just, looks like they're running quicksand here in the second quarter as Strickland gets nothing. And that is Leo Lagario Roblero Jr., number 71 with the tackle, and Zamir Ashford, the big nose guard. No gain on the play, Rich. It's 3rd and long. This Southern Nash defense
just going to let the clock run out.
This Northern Nash defense has really toughened up. Oh, and there's some movement up front. That's Harris. They catch him on a hard count. That'll give them 5 yards. 41 seconds remaining. I think at this point, if Northern could get out of here just without having to punt the football, they'd be okay with it. Southern doesn't have any timeouts left, so Northern can run this half. Folks, that's a false start against Northern Nash.
That's going to get reversed right here, it looks like.
Let's see what the white hat has to say about it. False start against Northern Nash is the call. Now, Richard, we talked about the officials getting out of Dodge quick after games. I might have been hitting a little foreshadowing there tonight. These guys are not going to be able to stop down at Faulkner's store and get them some ice cream in Red Oak, I'll tell you that much.
And ironically, they may start this play with the flag still on the ground. There we go. Cleaned up by one of the Southern Nash players.
All right, they will run the clock. Once again, Northern can run the clock out if they so please. Hand off, Strickland, sideline, Strickland, he's up over the 30. Looks like Strickland's going to get out of the 35. That'll be a first down for the Knights. Now, Northern's still a pair of timeouts. How aggressive do they want to get?
That is good over to Northern Nash.
And they are running the clock. It looks like Northern going to burn one of those timeouts. They were hoping Strickland had gotten out of bounds, but he hadn't. All right, timeout Knights, 26 seconds remaining. Rich, let's take a moment to thank tonight's fantastic game sponsors. Of course, JR's Maintenance, proud supporter of all our student athletes. The Small Shops Mall and Trade at 2916 Sunset Avenue in Rocky Mount, the former Steinmar building. Traded also located inside the Small Shops, and also at 1326 Ward Boulevard in Wilson. Don Bullock Chevrolet, 1920 North Wesleyan Boulevard in Rocky Mount. Golden Corral at 921 North Wesleyan Boulevard in Rocky Mount. And of course, Nash Community College, your go-to spot for top-notch education training in Nash County. But don't forget, spring registration opens October 21st. Well, Richard, if it wasn't for some penalties, Northern Nash looks like they would be really in control of this football game. That said, the way their defense has played tonight, a 2-score lead, if they held tight, I don't know if Southern's getting this one back tonight, but it looked like the Northern offense was going to run this ball game into oblivion early, but the second quarter has given a different story.
Absolutely. It's amazing how it's changed. I mean, you scored 21 points in less than 10 minutes in the first quarter, and you don't score at all in the second quarter. That's usually not a thing that you would expect.
Hand off, Strickland. He's looking for right room, slips out of one, gets a second. Let's see what Northern wants to do. Okay, I believe they're going to use their final timeout. So it will be a timeout for Northern Nash. Folks, a reminder, Northern Nash will get the ball first in the second half. Another reminder, folks, we told you this is the penultimate game of the season for the game of the week. Next week, we head to Wilson to see the Fight Golden Demons and the Hunt Warriors close up the game of the week season as they have traditionally been doing the last few seasons. Looks like it's going to be a West Bradshaw solo effort next week, folks. So for all you big West Bradshaw fans, I will be out there all by my lonesome. So come visit me. I'll even let you talk some ball. I'm not going to worry about it. I believe Coach Johnny might be out there with us next week. So we will be at Mojo Country, home of the Hunt Warriors, in a ball game that every year seems to deliver, because I'll tell you something, folks, Hunt, Fike, there is not a lot of love lost between those two. And when you get the Battle of Wilson County, and this year will be on November the 1st, you get the Battle of Wilson County, it might be cold in the stands, but it is going to be all kinds of hot on the field.
Second and 7.
All right, second down and 7. Northern out of timeouts now. They're just trying to see if they can spring a play. And that's Strickland. Strickland out to the 45. Clock stops on the first down. 12 seconds. Northern moving quickly. Northern waiting, and they've got to stop. They've got to slow Northern down until they can get the stick set. Northern, Seegers takes it. Quick spike. 3 seconds run off the clock.
9 seconds now.
And the official, Northern was ready to go. The official slowed him up, and then when he waved to start the clock, Seegers had moved off. Ended up taking 3 seconds off the clock. So we haven't really seen Northern go to the air very often tonight. They've thrown it up once. Ball on the 45. I don't think they've got a lot of time to keep running the ball. They will. There's Strickland up the middle, and that is going to do it. Strickland gets out of the 41-yard line. No time to go any further, and we have made it to halftime. Folks, on the scoreboard, the Brightspeed scoreboard at halftime, Northern Nash 21, Southern Nash 7, a tale of two quarters. Northern Nash has dominated this football game, Rich, but on the scoreboard just could not add anything in that second quarter.
Very big surprise to me. I mean, the offense is very potent, so to get shut out in the second quarter is a tribute to Southern Nash for not quitting.
All right, folks, we'll take a quick commercial break and we'll come back. Northern Nash going to receive the opening kickoff of the second half. We'll have it all for you right here on the Brightspeed High School Football Game of the Week on WHIG TV. Tonight's game brought to you on WHIG TV by Brightspeed. Switch to the bright side. Also brought to you by JR's Maintenance, Commercial and Industrial Metal Fabrication Services. Proud to support student athletes. Small Shops Mall, 2619 Sunset Avenue in the former Steinmart building. Dozens of locally owned shops inside, as well as Trade It, now open inside the small shops. Don Bullock Chevrolet, 1920 North Wesleyan Boulevard in Rocky Mount. Doing it the better way at Don Bullock Chevrolet. Golden Corral, 921 North Wesleyan Boulevard. The only one for everyone. The Brightspeed High School Football Game of the Week.
The weak Wi-Fi at my old place led to some regrettable trolling. But here, Brightspeed got me set up with reliable fiber internet that works everywhere. Man, I'm good.
Move to Brightspeed Fiber Internet and switch to the bright side.
When I grow up, I want to be an actor.
So why don't you act like a good sister and get me some more buffalo wings?
On second thought, I want to be a director. Let's try a scene where you go get your own.
Can we get some more lemon pepper wings in this scene?
Ooh, and honey teriyaki too.
Ooh, good note.
Have your people call my people.
When you're buying a pre-owned car or truck, we know what's important to you. Selection. Choose from hundreds of hand-selected pre-owned vehicles on our website or lot. Dependability. We stand behind our pre-owned with factory or Don Bullock warranty. Price and monthly payments. We can get you in the vehicle that works for your budget. We'll handle all the DMV paperwork, including tags. Look through our inventory. It's updated daily. Third-generation owner and manager on site to help you. Doing business the better way. Don Bullock Chevrolet.
Shop local at Trade It and Small Shops Mall. Trade It is stocked fully of gently used items, all backed by a 30-day warranty. Plus, when you shop at Trade It and you bring some items you're not using anymore, you can get paid cash on the spot. Big news, Trade It is also now carrying an entire selection of lab-created diamonds, solitaires, studs, and engagement rings. All at 20 to 40% off the price of mined diamonds. These are actual diamonds just created in a lab. Same sparkle, same chemical composition, same beauty of mined diamonds. Come in and take a look. Next door, you can shop local merchants selling a variety of goods. Or you can open your own retail store at Small Shops Mall with no long-term lease. Locals, shop local at Trade It and Small Shops Mall.
Nash Community College is offering a brand new scholarship to new and current full-time curriculum students. Next NC offers $3,000 covering a full semester's tuition and course materials to North Carolina students making $80,000 or less. So take yourself to the next level by applying to Nash Community College and completing your FAFSA application. For more information, visit nashcc.edu/registration or by calling 252-451-8263.
Folks, welcome everyone back on the Brightspeed High School Football Game of the Week. Wes Bradshaw, Richard Sarmiento coming to you tonight from Death Valley. And at halftime, the Northern Nash Knights lead Southern Nash by a score of 21-7 on the Brightspeed scoreboard. Richard, a tale of two quarters. We'll get to that in just a moment. Southern Nash kick it off. They come out with the onside kick. They get the good bounce. Southern comes up with it. And Richard, it's Israel Whitaker. And Richard, that is a continuance of what we saw in the second quarter. Southern Nash somehow staying in this football game.
Well, we're going to find out quick which of the two teams is going to start the second half with the momentum, because each team has basically won a quarter already. Northern Nash started off with a 21-0 first quarter. Southern answered without their star running back. They've answered in the second quarter, still trailing by 2 touchdowns, but they've got the momentum immediately here to start the second half.
Southern ball, 1st and 10 from the Northern 45. Toss sweep, that's Hartsfield. Hartsfield's going to be over the 40, out to the 39. Richard, we said that it felt like Northern Nash, even the second quarter, it felt like they dominated. I mean, you think about Southern's only touchdown came off a blocked punt where they only had to go 4 yards. It still took them 3 plays to get in the end zone. But Northern just, whatever it was in the second quarter, just could not string it together enough to get back on the scoreboard. And now Southern gets the onside kick to start the second half. Hartsfield, the ball carrier. He's still on his feet. He's going to fight over the 35. He's going to have a first down. JR's maintenance first down.
Good for a 5-yard first down. Injury timeout on the field.
And folks, we have an injury timeout on the field, and we will take it with them. All right, after the injury, first down, Southern Nash, battle, handoff, Hartsfield. Hartsfield fights his way forward, and he'll pick about 3 yards. Richard, the last time Southern had the ball in this part of the field, it looked like they were moving, and all of a sudden, Northern Nash came out with a fumble. A pair of Southern Nash turnovers tonight have not helped the Firebirds at all.
They're looking for much better right here in this opening drive of the second half. Staying on the ground.
Hand off, that's Faulkner. Faulkner gets hit. He falls forward, though, out to about the 30.
3 yards on the play.
3rd down and 5 coming up for Southern.
Nice 30.
Thanks a ton of credit to Southern Nash for being in this football game right now. It looked like they were going to get run off the field in the first quarter. They've had some breaks go their way, and they have continued to just claw and hold on. Oh, dangerous little toss. That's Hartfield going out the left side. There was a miscommunication on that play. Southern fortunate to be able to get that play off. That'll bring up 4th down, and you know they got to go for it here.
You have a yard on the play. Bring up 4th and 4 for the Firebirds. As they look to be going for it.
All right, 4th down and 4. Big play for the Firebirds as they try to get themselves back into this football game. Whitaker, low man out the right. Toss, that's Faulkner. Faulkner going for it. He is not going to get it. He is stopped, and it's Jesse Wade, the outside linebacker, leading the charge, number 21. It'll be a turnover on downs. So the green machine at Northern Nash, they hold on this drive. And the Knights will take over 1st and 10, 9:31 to go in the third quarter, 21-7 on the Brightspeed scoreboard. Richard, great job by that Northern Nash defense to step up in a tough spot.
And they've been doing it all night long. But we've got to see if their offense comes back to life.
Seegers, hand off to Strickland. Strickland over the 35.
Technicality 35.
I thought someone had gotten a handful of Strickland's face mask. No flag.
2nd and 4 for that.
Gain of 6 on 1st down. Richard, early on, Barry and Strickland was ripping off massive runs early in the ballgame. Southern has done a really good job of not so much containing Strickland, but at least cutting off those 40, 50-yard runs. Seegers, quick throw out. That is caught. And turning upfield, that's going to be a first down for the Knights. Still on his feet is Logan Williams. Seegers got it out quickly, and then Logan Williams did the work. Got to the sideline, sidestepped the tackler, got himself back inside for a few more yards. And a first down brought to you by JR's Maintenance for the Knights. Ball on the Southern Nash 48. Seegers in shotgun. He's got 2 receivers to his left. Hand off, that's Strickland. Strickland looking some running room. He's going to get across the 45. I believe he'll be, let's put him on the 45. Gain of about 4 on first down to bring up second down. I've been kind of waiting for Northern Nash to let some balls fly through the air tonight. We've only seen them throw it a few times. That said, the ground game's been very effective. But with the way Southern Nash was starting to shut down some of those running lanes in the second quarter, I guess we've been kind of waiting for it. See if Norton can get a little quick passing game going, try to open Southern up a little bit. Seegers. There's the fake. Seegers got to get rid of it. He's in trouble. He breaks containment. Seegers has the sideline. He's got the first down. Seegers cuts inside. Still on his feet. Seegers splits a pair of tacklers. Seegers is going to walk into the end zone. Put 6 on the board. There is a flag back at the 35. 2 flags on the ground back at the 35, folks. So let's hold that touchdown call for just a moment. Folks, 2 flags down at the 35. You see Northern offensive linemen, they do not look very pleased.
2 flags on the field.
Tristan Seegers, that was an electric run from the Northern quarterback. Let's see if it's going to hold up. Seegers going back out there. He's already looking like he knows what the answer is going to be.
Seegers came over and jumped up on the band, and Coach came out and got him and thrust him back onto the field.
Folks, I believe that was a... Okay, let's see what our call's going to be. A block in the back against Northern Nash. Folks, there have been some flags tonight that have really, really gone against Northern Nash at some really big moments. None bigger than that one. Tristan Seegers, Richard, on senior night for Seegers, he just had his highlight possibly of the year, and it comes off the board after the block in the back. Folks, it'll be 2nd down and 6 after the block in the back. Northern's still at the 45. Handoff, Strickland. Strickland's over the 40. Strickland cuts outside. Strickland's got the sideline. Strickland, the 20, sprints away. Put 6 on the board, Knight fans. That is a Northern Nash touchdown. There is no yellow on the field. It will stand. Barry Strickland from 45 yards. And the Knights push this back to a 3-score lead. And Richard, back-to-back electric runs for the Knights. One of them stands.
We're seeing a repeat already of the first quarter when Strickland ignited the Knights offense, as he did just then, breaking that long run.
Murray, extra point is good. 7:24 to go in the third quarter. Northern Nash has reestablished a 3-touchdown lead. They lead it 28-7. We'll be back with more of the Brightspeed High School Football Game of the Week on WHIG TV. Tonight's game brought to you on WHIG TV by Brightspeed. Switch to the bright side. Also brought to you by JR's Maintenance, Commercial and Industrial Metal Fabrication Services. Proud to support student athletes. Small Shops Mall, 2619 Sunset Avenue in the former Steinmart building. Dozens of locally owned shops inside, as well as Trade It, now open inside the small shops. Don Bullock Chevrolet, 1920 North Wesleyan Boulevard in Rocky Mount. Doing it the better way at Don Bullock Chevrolet. Golden Corral, 921 North Wesleyan Boulevard, the only one for everyone. The Brightspeed High School Football Game of the Week.
The weak Wi-Fi at my old place led to some regrettable trolling. But here, Brightspeed got me set up with reliable fiber internet that works everywhere. Man, I'm good.
Move to Brightspeed Fiber Internet and switch to the bright side.
Now, Grandpa, I want to be an actor.
So why don't you act like a good sister and get me some more of those baby back ribs?
I want to be a director now. Let's try a scene where you go get your own. And action.
And cut.
A lot of drama on this set.
Action.
And cut.
Maybe I'll just go get wings for everybody.
When you're buying a pre-owned car or truck, we know what's important to you. Selection. Choose from hundreds of hand-selected pre-owned vehicles on our website or lot. Dependability. We stand behind our pre-owned with factory or Don Bullock warranty. Price and monthly payments. We can get you in the vehicle that works for your budget. We'll handle all the DMV paperwork, including tags. Look through our inventory. It's updated daily. Third-generation owner and manager on site to help you. Doing business the better way. Don Bullock Chevrolet.
Shop local at Trade It and Small Shop Small. Trade It is stocked fully of gently used items, all backed by a 30-day warranty. Plus, when you shop at Trade It and you bring some items you're not using anymore, you can get paid cash on the spot. Big news, Trade It is also now carrying an entire selection of lab-created diamonds, solitaires, studs, and engagement rings. All at 20 to 40% off the price of mined diamonds. These are actual diamonds just created in a lab. Same sparkle, same chemical composition, same beauty of mined diamonds. Come in and take a look. Next door, you can shop local merchants selling a variety of goods. Or you can open your own retail store at Small Shop Small with no long-term lease. Locals, shop local at Trade It and Small Shop Small.
Nash Community College is offering a brand new scholarship to new and current full-time curriculum students. Next NC offers $3,000 covering a full semester's tuition and course materials to North Carolina students making $80,000 or less. So take yourself to the next level by applying to Nash Community College and completing your FAFSA application. For more information, visit nashcc.edu/registration or by calling 252-451-8263.
And folks, we are back on the Brightspeed High School Football Game of the Week. Wes Bradshaw, Richard Sarmiento coming to you from Death Valley, where Berrien Strickland has set the night on fire for the Northern Nash Knights. He has 3 touchdown runs. He has over 200 yards on the night. And Richard, he has ignited the Northern Nash Knights here in the second half, and they have a 28-7 lead. Wells boots this one deep, and it'll be about 2 yards shy of the end zone. Here comes the return, and going absolutely nowhere is Southern Nash. And once again, Jesse Wade leading the charge. Number 21 has been all over the field tonight for Northern Nash when it comes time to tackle. And Southern going to start with just really bad field position back at the 12-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 Firebirds. They trail it by 3 scores.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you drive a white Altima, license plate FBY 3611. A white Altima, license plate FBY 3611.
All right, so Northern field back. They've been in control of this football game, but now it feels like they're in control again, Richard. They've got a lot of momentum going their way. Let's see if Southern has any answer for it. Battle on the keeper. He's trying to get outside. Battle's going to lose yardage. He's going down back at the 10. And it looked like that was Chase Griffin, the linebacker, on the outside.
You know, Wes, Strickland's runs have actually overshadowed the fact that the Knights defense has been all over the place tonight.
They have been lights out tonight. When you think Southern's one touchdown came from a 4-yard field after a block punt, this Northern defense has been fantastic. Battle looking to throw. Battle's going downfield. Pick! And it's Caleb Staten with the interception at the 35-yard line. And Richard, they are lit, as the kids would say, here at Northern Nash.
Now the game has flipped in the other direction. Now we're back to similar first quarter action where Northern dominated.
And here's the bad part for Southern Nash. When Northern starts going, they've got all their horses in the stable tonight, and they are rocking and rolling. Ball at the 34-yard line. Knights take it over. 6:26 to go in the third quarter. It's 28-7. Northern with the lead with the football and with a tank full of gas. Good to see Miles Eatman back in the ballgame for Northern. He had come up a little earlier with an injury. Eatman back in the backfield. He'll take the handoff. Eatman slips a tackle, and he's going to end up losing about a yard on the play. Second down coming up for Northern Nash. Rich, as we said, we head to Wilson County next week for the Battle of Wilson. The Hunt Warriors, the Fight Golden Demons. It will be the final game of the season for the game of the week, unless somebody wants to kick up some sweet cash for a playoff run. Robbie gave me the thumbs up for that. So if anyone out there wants their team to be covered in the playoffs, folks, we'll get Rich off his recliner Friday night. Trish will be very happy that he's working, doing something with himself.
Absolutely. Playoff action is so much fun.
We love the playoffs. Nice throw from Seegers, complete to 11 to Marius Moore. And that, well, let's see if they got enough to move the sticks. They do. That'll be a Knight first down. But yes, folks, we would happily love to do some playoff football.
First and 10 for the Knights.
We are available for playoff games, parties, bar mitzvahs, everything in between, handoff up the middle.
Nothing better than a local sponsor sponsoring playoff games.
Absolutely.
2 yards on the play.
Robbie, I think we need to write that down. I need to do bar mitzvahs, I think. I don't know how I do it, but it'd be fun. I do play-by-play of somebody's bar mitzvah. I went to one once when I was like 12. It was pretty cool. Got to go to one once. David Edelman had one. It was great. Very classy. Inside handoff. Eatman's still on his feet. He's on his way. Eatman's still on his feet. He's going to fall forward down to the 14-yard line. Eatman might. Okay, he's going to be about a yard shy of the first down. Looks like they're going to put him at the 15.
6-yard gain on the play.
All right, so it'll be 3rd down and 2 coming up for the Knights. Thunder and lightning for Northern Nash has struck tonight.
Right on the 15.
Eatman had the touchdown run back in the first quarter. Strickland has 3 of them. Even though I'm going to asterisk give one to Tristan Seegers. That was as good as Strickland's been. Seegers still has the run of the night to me. Direct snap. Eatman. He's in trouble. He's going down behind the line. It'll be a loss on the play. Southern stepping up on 3rd down. Let's see what the Knights do on 4th down. They'll lose about a yard or 2. Strickland checking in. .340 remaining in the 3rd quarter, and looks like we do have an injured Firebird on the field. We'll take an injury timeout with him. All right, folks, here we go. And we got flags all over the place. And it looks like did we get a timeout? So I'm waiting for the official to give us a call, folks. I believe there was a timeout taken. I believe Southern got the timeout before the snap went off. Northern looked like they were set up something Southern was totally not prepared for. That was going to be a direct snap to Barry and Strickland, and well, those kind of have a history tonight. So anyway, folks, big thanks to tonight's game sponsors. Of course, JR's Maintenance, the Small Shop, Small and Trade It, Don Boy Chevrolet, Golden Corral, and of course, Nash Community College. Folks, switch to the bright side with Brightspeed, your game of the week sponsor for 2024. And folks, we think it's going pretty well this year, and hopefully Brightspeed thinks the same. And folks, it's not too early to start thinking about the 2025 game of the week slate. Robbie quivers with anticipation for the 2025 game slate. Or he's might be just a little chilly, folks. Robbie's in front of the open window tonight. So Rich and I, in the relative warmth, are in our gym shorts. So. All right, folks, 4th down and let's call this 3.
4th and 3 for the Knights.
And there's the inside toss. Adams in trouble. Adams reverses field. Adams is in trouble. He's going the wrong way. He will go down behind the line of scrimmage, and Southern will hold. Once again, Zion Odom has made a bunch of plays tonight for the Southern defense, trying to hold them in there. So Northern unable to score off of the turnover, and it will be a turnover on downs. And the Firebirds will take over 3:24 remaining in the third quarter. Northern 28, Southern Nash 7 on the Brightspeed scoreboard. Richard, good defensive stand by Southern Nash because their backs are really against the wall.
And they're going to have to move quicker now here as the clock keeps ticking down. The clock's not in their favor the rest of this game, so they're going to have to take quick.
So in about 15 minutes to see what they can do. Toss, sweep. That's not going much of anywhere for Hartsfield.
Jordan Jones.
Here, Rich, I've got Jaden Hartsfield listed at 5'6", 195 pounds. Maybe it's the 195 pounds, but that kid just looks bigger than that. He is thick, though. He's thick. Of course, we saw former Southern Nash running back Quentin Cooley on our television sets earlier this week. Liberty went down to Kennesaw State. Kennesaw State gained their first ever FBS win. Cooley has been one of the better running backs in the country this year playing for Liberty. Of course, he's a Southern Nash graduate, started his career at Wake Forest. Inside handoff, that's Faulkner. Faulkner over the 30, out to about the 31 before he is hit by Gangrene. 18, Torrance Porter, the defensive end on the play. Porter, a good-sized kid, 6'2", 225. And you start going down that Northern roster, there's some good-sized players on this Northern team.
And Faulkner does not like to go down, so he battles no matter how many guys have him wrapped up.
Faulkner listed at 5'11", 210 pounds, but he runs like he weighs about 240. That young man is a load to try to bring down. Hard running back. Third down and 7. Now Southern not where they want to be, and that's third and long. Watch for Whitaker on the outside. Toss, sweep, left side. That's Hartsfield. Hartsfield going to pick up about a yard. Now, Richard, when I was looking at the outside, the one passing play Southern's had some success with tonight is that quick slant on the outside. You saw the Northern defensive back give him a really big cushion out there, but Southern decided to stick on the ground. I think right now you need first downs. If you need to move the ball, you got to take a few chances.
And I love that slant play. We saw a lot of it with Winston Lee over at Nash Central.
That's right.
When they would go 6-7 yards to the slant, it always seemed to work.
And that was one of the things giving Northern a few issues that night. And we've got a timeout Northern Nash. I think they wanted to make sure their personnel was right. All right, timeout on the field. 1 minute remaining in the third quarter. Timeout on the field. We'll take it with them. Southern Nash has the punt team on the field. 4th down and 6. 1 minute remaining in the third quarter. There's a snap. Southern gets it off. Decent punt. It's going to be Strickland. Oh, Strickland. He was waiting until the last second to decide if he wanted to do something. He wanted to catch that off the bounce and go, but it short bounced him. And Strickland dives, holds onto the football. Good starting field position for the Knights.
And Israel Whitaker was right there, ready to pounce on it.
Whitaker was ready. It was
Strickland.
The two number ones heading headlong into each other. And at the last second, Strickland was like, ooh, just let me get down on this football. Ball on the 37-yard line will be 1st and 10. Nice. 52 seconds remain in the third quarter. Direct snap, Strickland, and Strickland will get out to the 39-yard line. Gain of a couple on the play. Southern have become very cognizant of when Barry and Strickland is taking that direct snap.
Second and 7 for the Knights, only 4.
Seegers checks back in. If it's a running play, this should be the last play of the quarter. And we've got a flag on the field. Or not a flag, I'm sorry. We have a whistle. Maybe we did have a flag.
Looks like Whitaker's going off to the sideline.
And he is, and the white hat going to go out and have a quick talk with the coach. Well, Rich, Barry, and Strickland is eating tonight. He's eating well, but if Barry and Strickland wants to eat even better, there's only one place for him to go, Rich, after the ball game, and that's obviously Golden Corral.
Absolutely.
Every night on the buffet at Golden Corral, Rich, all you can eat baby back ribs. And not one. Barry Strickland has how many touchdowns tonight? He has 3. Exactly the same number of different types of wings that are on that buffet each and every night at Golden Corral. It's like Golden Corral was built for Barry and Strickland, and obviously it was built to accommodate this big, strong Northern Nash offensive line. But hey, if the Southern Nash wants to come as well, Golden Corral, plenty of room in there to handle everyone. They are the only one for everyone, as we well know, in the Rocky Mount area. Golden Corral, 921 North Wesleyan Boulevard in Rocky Mount. And we are now having a discussion on the other side of the field, now with Coach Ferris.
Let's go.
Someone has reminded the officials we don't get paid by the hour up here, right? This game just seems like it should have flowed a lot better than it has tonight. Okay, so now we're playing football. 2nd down and 7. Seegers gets it off quick. Oh, just off the fingertips of Tamarius Moore. Seegers sailed it just a little bit. And now 6 seconds remaining in the quarter. 3rd down and 7. I'm interested to see how the Knights want to run this. They do have Strickland in the backfield. We've got movement up front. Now, Rich, I did not see any Northern Nash players move. It looks like it will be offside against Southern Nash. Encroachment, the official call. So now, Rich, that changes what you're looking at. Instead of 3rd and 7, now you're 3rd and 3. Now Northern can run the football. They want to easily. Man in motion. There's the fake. Strickland dropped in the backfield. And once again, Zion Odom, number 6 for Southern Nash, has had a ball game tonight, doing everything he can to try to keep the Firebirds in this ball game. And folks, with that, we have come to the end of the 3rd quarter. Northern Nash leads Southern Nash by a score of 28-7. It'll be 4th down for Northern when we come back from this commercial break. We'll be back on the Brightspeed High School Football Game of the Week on WHIG TV. Tonight's game brought to you on WHIG TV by Brightspeed. Switch to the bright side. Also brought to you by JR's Maintenance Commercial and Industrial Metal Fabrication Services. Proud to support student athletes. Small Shops Mall, 2619 Sunset Avenue in the former Steinmart building. Dozens of locally owned shops inside, as well as Trade It, now open inside the small shops. Don Bullock Chevrolet, 1920 North Wesleyan Boulevard in Rocky Mount. Doing it the better way at Don Bullock Chevrolet. Golden Corral, 921 North Wesleyan Boulevard, the only one for everyone. The Brightspeed High School Football Game of the Week.
The weak Wi-Fi at my old place led to some regrettable trolling. But here, Brightspeed got me set up with reliable fiber internet that works everywhere. Man, I'm good.
Move to Brightspeed Fiber Internet and switch to the bright side.
When I grow up, I want to be an actor.
So why don't you act like a good sister and get me some more buffalo wings?
On second thought, I want to be a director. Let's try a scene where you go get your own.
Can we get some more lemon pepper wings in this scene?
Ooh, and honey teriyaki too.
Ooh, good note.
Have your people call my people.
When you're buying a pre-owned car or truck, we know what's important to you. Selection. Choose from hundreds of hand-selected pre-owned vehicles on our website or lot. Dependability. We stand behind our pre-owned with factory or Don Bullock warranty. Price and monthly payments. We can get you in the vehicle that works for your budget. We'll handle all the DMV paperwork, including tags. Look through our inventory. It's updated daily. 3rd generation owner and manager on site to help you. Doing business the better way. Don Bullock Chevrolet.
Shop local at Trade It and Small Shop Small. Trade It is stocked fully of gently used items, all backed by a 30-day warranty. Plus, when you shop at Trade It and you bring some items you're not using anymore, you can get paid cash on the spot. Big news, Trade It is also now carrying an entire selection of lab-created diamonds, solitaires, studs, and engagement rings, all at 20 to 40% off the price of mined diamonds. These are actual diamonds just created in a lab. Same sparkle, same chemical composition, same beauty of mined diamonds. Come in and take a look. Next door, you can shop local merchants selling a variety of goods. Or you can open your own retail store at Small Shop Small with no long-term lease. Locals, shop local at Trade It and Small Shop Small.
Nash Community College is offering a brand new scholarship to new and current full-time curriculum students. Next NC offers $3,000 covering a full semester's tuition and course materials to North Carolina students making $80,000 or less. So take yourself to the next level by applying to Nash Community College and completing your FAFSA application. For more information, visit nashcc.edu/registration or by calling 252-451-8263.
And folks, welcome everyone back on the game of the week. Northern Nash going to be punting it off. 4th down and 4. There's the snap, and Wells gets it away. That's going to take a Northern bounce. It goes right to Hartsfield. Hartsfield is loose. He's over the 30. Hartsfield looking somewhere to run. Did that ball come out? The ball came out. Northern Nash may have recovered. Northern has come out with the football. A Northern Nash player has the football. Hartsfield, the ball was knocked out as he was going to the ground. Number 80, Grayson Bunn, comes up with the ball. I haven't seen the officials make a call yet.
Worry about the sideline. How about this fumble recovery?
And the White Hat first getting the Southern Nash coaching staff back toward the sideline. And the officials are going to meet about it. Folks, the Bright Speed High School football game of the week. Folks, we came back so quick, I didn't even get it in, so I'll do it now. Wes Bradshaw, Richard Sarmiento coming to you from Death Valley as the Northern Nash Knights go into the fourth quarter, a 28-7 lead over Southern. They punt on the first play of the fourth quarter. And now we're going to decide who has the football. It looks like the Southern, I believe that's the Southern offense coming out. Faulkner, Hartsfield, and a person. Okay. So it looks like offsetting personal fouls, and they're going to say Southern Nash has the football. Folks, I will say after this game tonight, I don't think anyone can accuse the officials of home cooking. Northern Nash has had some interesting calls go against them tonight. That's the second time Northern Nash looks like they've come up with a fumble where the officials, I don't know if they blew the play dead or what, but Andrew Ferris is quite displeased as he stands out at about the 40-yard line, or at the numbers at the 40. But folks, nothing's going to change it at this point. Southern Nash football. Ball spot the 37-yard line. So here's the situation. Southern, they're down 3 scores, 11:42 remaining. Rich, they need 3 scores to get themselves at least tied in this game. And unfortunately for them, they haven't scored any further than a 4-yard drive tonight.
And had it not been for the block punt, we'd probably be seeing a goose egg up on the board.
You're right about that. Handoff, Faulkner. Almost looked like that ball came out. All right, Faulkner's going to pick up about 3 yards because, Richard, this Northern Nash defense needs to be sponsored by Borton because they are salty. Thank you. I keep throwing them out there and see if I hit anything every now and then, you know. You can't hit a home run if you won't swing the bat, Robbie. You're right. I might ground out to short quite a few times, but hey. Gain of 3 on the play. Second down coming up.
Second and 8 for the Firebirds.
Battle, play action, rolls out just right. He's in trouble, gets rid of it. And the pressure was applied. I believe that was Tamarius Moore. Don't think it was Moore on the pressure. Take it back, that may have been Torrance Porter, number 18 instead of 11. So that was Porter applying the pressure. Battle just had to get rid of it. It's going to be 3rd and long.
Third and 8 for the Firebirds. Only 39.
And for Southern Nash, these possessions are going to get fewer and fewer as we go on. Battle, it almost didn't look like Southern was set. Battle's going deep. Had his tight end out there. That was Brandon Hill, 88. Caleb Staten was right there with him the whole way, though.
Result 4th and 8 for the Firebirds.
That'll be 4th down. Southern sending the punt team out. Northern with no one back deep. They're playing a safe punt here. They're going to make sure they don't get caught in a fake. Bad snap! Ball's over the punter's head, and he's going to go down on it. And that ball's going to be spotted back at the 11-yard line. Aiden Myers, who's done a good job playing the football tonight for Southern. Rich, when it's 2 feet over your head, there's not much you can do. Myers, heads up, just dove on the ball, made sure no one got a return at least. But now Northern Nash set up with their best field position of the night. 10:51 remain in this ball game, and Northern Nash has a chance here to pretty much put this one to bed, if it's not already. Handoff Strickland. Strickland finds his way through, still on his feet. He's backing up, and he will go down at about the 3-yard line.
Interesting to see that Strickland can go backwards and gain 5 yards.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's good enough for another Northern Nash.
Strickland doing a little moonwalk going backwards there, Rich.
First and goal for the Knights, only 3.
First and goal now from the 3-yard line. There's Strickland. They feed the big man. Put 6 on the board, Knight fans. That is a Northern Nash touchdown. Barian Strickland hits the grand slam. That's his 4th touchdown of the night. This one by far the shortest, only a 3-yarder for Strickland, but it still counts for 6. And the Knights are fully in control of this football game. And barring a miracle comeback from Southern Nash, they are on their way to 9-0 on the season and a chance to win the Big East Conference next week. Well, Zach point is up. It is good. 10:21 remaining in the 4th quarter. Northern Nash 35, Southern Nash 7 on the Bright Speed scoreboard. Folks, don't forget, next week we will complete our regular season here on the Game of the Week. I, Wes Bradshaw, will be heading to the home of Mojo, Hunt High School, to see the Hunt Warriors take on their cross-county rivals, the Fight Golden Demons. Rich is Rich. Where are you next week? You're doing Richard things next week, of course. Trish has you busy next week, folks. So Trish has commandeered Rich for the last week of the season.
Next week on Friday night, I will be setting up for the big pickleball tournament that I am hosting at Englewood Baptist Church at 8 o'clock Saturday morning, November 2nd. A women's bracket of 4 teams and a men's bracket of 4 teams.
Well, there you go, folks. So Rich has his thing going. Brittany has commandeered Robbie and said, we're heading west, young man. So Robbie not going to make it. We're bringing Coach Johnny out of the bullpen. Rich, at least once a year, you got to get Coach Johnny to come in out of the bullpen. You need the crafty left-hander once in a while, Rich.
Absolutely. Johnny loves it.
Johnny loves it. We love Coach Johnny, so me and Coach Johnny. I don't know. He could be. be left-handed. I'll check with Johnny next week, folks. I will have you a full report on next week's game. All right, Northern going to be kicking it off. And Wells, for the first time tonight, has a misstep on a kickoff. That ball's going to go out of bounds about the 5-yard line. Let's see if Southern's going to take the penalty in the yardage. No, there's a second flag on the field back at the 35-yard line. And that one looks like it's going to be a dead ball penalty. So 2 penalties on the play. I'm assuming Southern Nash, their kickoff has not been the greatest tonight. I'm assuming they're going to take the penalty in the yardage. And they were talking to Brian Batchelor over on the far sideline. And folks, at this point in the ballgame, 10-17 remaining. Northern Nash is firmly in control. This is the time, if you're going to get some of those extracurricular activities, this is the time it seems to start to boil over. Northern Nash going to have to make sure that they're not retaliating to anything tonight. Once again, Northern so much looking forward for them. You don't need to be losing guys to needless suspensions. Big game coming up for the Knights next week as they travel to Rocky Mount with a chance to secure the conference championship. And we are once again awaiting our valiant referee's decision. And looks like it will be against Northern Nash. Wow, Northern Nash has been a long way. Unless, folks, Northern made, are they going to re-kick this football?
This looks like they're moving it back and then Northern Nash re-kick. This is we're waiting for the official to signal. We gotta figure out what's going on here with this.
All right, let's. Okay, there's Davis Wells. Okay, folks, so Northern looks like they're going to re-kick. Well, now the ball's being spotted on the 50. Okay, folks, ball is being spotted on the 50-yard line. I believe it's going to be first down for Northern, or excuse me, it'll be a Southern Nash first down. So, okay, the ball kicked out of bounds would have put the ball at the 35. And then believe it was an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against Northern's going to move it another 15 yards out to the 50. So that's what we're doing, folks. There's no re-kick. Southern with the ball at midfield. Southern couldn't have asked for anything better after that. All right, here come the Firebirds. They're trailing by 4 scores. Hand off left side, that's Hartsfield. Hartsfield's going to get out to the 45-yard line. Gain of 5 on the play for Hartsfield.
Second and 5 for the Firebirds.
Second down coming up. Clock runs, we're under 10.
Everybody's just on top of you.
Second and 5 for the Firebirds on the Knights 45.
And off right side, that's Faulkner. Faulkner hit. He'll fall forward for a couple of yards. And quickly, it is third down. Oh, I thought Faulkner had picked up about an extra yard than he's being spotted for. Third down coming up, 3rd and 4. One thing about Faulkner, when Faulkner gets hit, Richard, he's usually falling forward at the end of it. Something good running backs do. Faulkner's a tough running fullback. A really good complementary piece, especially when you have a guy like Tyleek Mitchell who just kills you with his speed, having that bruising fullback in Faulkner. But tonight, Southern Nash has missed Mitchell.
Obviously, missing Mitchell tonight has caused the offense to sputter here.
Hand off Hartsfield. Hartsfield going forward. Ooh, Hartsfield's going to be close, but it looks like he's going to be about a yard short. 4th down coming up.
He hit down a little earlier, so
when you look at the stat sheet and you see that Mitchell's got 20 touchdowns on the season, you know, they certainly would have had a couple tonight, most likely, with him in the backfield.
You would feel that. He has definitely been a monster player for this football team, and they have definitely missed him tonight. All right, 4th down coming up. Knights looking to make a stand. And off. Hartsfield's got the first down and more. Hartsfield picks up about 5 yards on the carry. That'll move the sticks. It'll be a first down. Under 8 to go in the 4th quarter. 35-7. Northern leads Southern on the game of the week. All right, Southern up to the line. That's a handoff to Faulkner. He's not going to get too much.
Taking down will be 36. 35.
It'll bring up a second down.
Second and 7.
Southern just seemingly trying to put something together, trying to get something they can get to work on for next week. Southern, of course, next week heads to Franklinton to wrap up their regular season. The way it's looking right now, it's going to be at least 2 losses on the season, both in conference here for Southern. They can go to Franklinton, get themselves back on track next week. Throw it down the middle. Almost intercepted. Was in the hands of San Trevor Silver. The sophomore unable to hold on to it. That would have been the 3rd pick of the night thrown by Battle. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
At least they're going to the air. They're trying to do something.
Southern trying to push the ball down the field. 3rd down and 8. Whitaker split out wide right, but it is Hartsfield. Hartsfield has the first down and more. Hartsfield drops his shoulder, fires through, and he's out to the 19-yard line.
Good number 5, first down.
May have even gotten out to the 18-yard line. Let's see where this gets spotted. Nice run by Hartsfield. It has been tough sledding tonight for this Southern Nash offense. Hartsfield has put in a valiant effort. Just hasn't been quite enough for Southern. They haven't been able to finish when they have had some opportunities. Handoff, Hartsfield right side, stays on his feet. He'll go forward.
Ball carrier taking down at the 15, gain of 4 yards on the way.
And it looks like Hartsfield going to get just over the 15-yard line.
2nd and 6 for the Firebirds.
Pick up a 4 on the play will be 2nd down. 5:45 to go in the ball game. Northern in control. They're going to be moving to 9-0 on the season. They'll be 5-0 in the Big East Conference. A date with Rocky Mount next week, and a chance to be the conference champions. Hand off Faulkner. Faulkner's going nowhere. Folks, if Northern Nash can complete the undefeated regular season run, much like a year ago, they will have a high seed in the state playoffs, chance of potentially being the number 1 seed in the East. And you know Northern Nash would love nothing more than everything to have to run through Death Valley.
It's very much looking that way at the moment, Wes. They're dominating here. They'll come away with a win, stay undefeated.
Toss sweep going around right side. And Hartsfield, he's going to be about a yard or two. He's going to be about 2 yards short of the first down.
it's set.
All right, 4 down. Southern, is this their last shot of the night? Battle toss. Hartsfield. Let's see where he gets spotted. I believe he's going to have it up at the first down.
First down for Firebirds.
And he'll get down to about the 8-yard line. That'll move the sticks. It'll be first and goal for the Firebirds. 4 minutes remaining in the ball game.
First and goal for the Firebirds on the 8.
You know, some people will say there's no way that Southern can win the game. Of course not. There's not enough time on the clock, but this is an important drive for them.
And Hartsfield up in the middle. He's going to be down to about the 6-yard line. About second down.
Second and goal to 6 for the Firebirds.
All right, folks, I'm going ahead and calling it. Rocky Mount up late in the third quarter, 42-14 on Franklinton. Northern Nash, they are going to hold on and win it tonight, folks. We have an undefeated conference championship game next week at Rocky Mount. The Northern Nash Knights take their perfect record into Rocky Mount against the Griffons. Winner will be the Big East champions of 2024. Hartsfield toss going right side. Yeah, I believe he got across the 5 on that. He may have gotten to the 5.
Injury timeout on the field. Injury timeout on the field.
And we have an injury timeout. Robbie, tell you what, let's take a quick commercial timeout. We need our fourth quarter timeout. Folks, we'll be back with the conclusion of tonight's ball game in just a moment here on the Brightspeed High School Football Game of the Week on WHIG TV. Tonight's game brought to you on WHIG TV by Brightspeed. Switch to the bright side. Also brought to you by JR's Maintenance Commercial and Industrial Metal Fabrication Services. Proud to support student athletes. Small Shops Mall, 2619 Sunset Avenue in the former Steinmart building. Dozens of locally owned shops inside, as well as Trade It, now open inside the small shops. Don Bullock Chevrolet, 1920 North Wesleyan Boulevard in Rocky Mount. Doing it the better way at Don Bullock Chevrolet. Golden Corral, 921 North Wesleyan Boulevard. The only one for everyone. The Brightspeed High School Football Game of the Week.
The weak Wi-Fi at my old place led to some regrettable trolling. But here, Brightspeed got me set up with reliable fiber internet that works everywhere. Man, I'm good.
Move to Brightspeed Fiber Internet and switch to the bright side.
Negra, I want to be an actor.
So why don't you act like a good sister and get me some more of those baby back ribs?
I want to be a director now. Let's try a scene where you go get your own. And action.
And cut.
A lot of drama on this set.
Action.
And cut.
Maybe I'll just go get wings for everybody.
When you're buying a pre-owned car or truck, we know what's important to you. Selection. Choose from hundreds of hand-selected pre-owned vehicles on our website or lot. Dependability. We stand behind our pre-owned with factory or Don Bullock warranty. Price and monthly payments. We can get you in the vehicle that works for your budget. We'll handle all the DMV paperwork, including tags. Look through our inventory. It's updated daily. Third-generation owner and manager on site to help you. Doing business the better way. Don Bullock Chevrolet.
Shop local at Trade It and Small Shops Mall. Trade It is stocked fully of gently used items, all backed by a 30-day warranty. Plus, when you shop at Trade It and you bring some items you're not using anymore, you can get paid cash on the spot. Big news, Trade It is also now carrying an entire selection of lab-created diamonds, solitaires, studs, and engagement rings. All at 20 to 40% off the price of mined diamonds. These are actual diamonds just created in a lab. Same sparkle, same chemical composition, same beauty of mined diamonds. Come in and take a look. Next door, you can shop local merchants selling a variety of goods. Or you can open your own retail store at Small Shops Mall with no long-term lease. Locals, shop local at Trade It and Small Shops Mall.
Nash Community College is offering a brand new scholarship to new and current full-time curriculum students. Next NC offers $3,000 covering a full semester's tuition and course materials to North Carolina students making $80,000 or less. So take yourself to the next level by applying to Nash Community College and completing your FAFSA application. For more information, visit nashcc.edu/registration or by calling 252-451-8263.
And folks, welcome everyone back on the Brightspeed High School Football Game of the Week on WHIG TV. Clock running, 2:40 to go. Southern Nash 3rd and goal from the 6-yard line. There's the toss to Faulkner. He's fighting forward, and Faulkner is going to be down at the 1-yard line. It'll be 4th down for Southern. Folks, Wes Bradshaw, Richard Sarmiento coming to you tonight from Death Valley as we are just this close to the end of the regular season for high school football in North Carolina. 1 week to go, and tonight we get a chance to see Northern Nash do what they do, which is just play tough smash-mouth football. Handoff Faulkner. Faulkner's going to get in, put 6 on the board, Firebird fans. That is a Southern Nash touchdown. Luke Faulkner from a yard out. And with 1:56, Southern will set up for the extra point. And Richard, the second touchdown drive of the night for Southern Nash. This one comes after the 2 penalties on the kickoff, so they start at midfield. So really the first time Mike Southern put together a good touchdown scoring drive. So,
and even though they're going to lose the game, it's something that they can count on.
PAT's no good, so with 1:56 remaining, Northern leading at 35-13 on the Brightspeed scoreboard. So, Richard, if you're Southern Nash, you lose in back-to-back weeks here late in the season. The heartbreaker a week ago to Rocky Mount, where not only you lose the game, you lose your running back, Tyleek Mitchell, for at least a couple of weeks. You come into Northern tonight, you're really shorthanded, you're playing what to this point has been the best team in the league. Northern Nash is taking care of business. You know next week you go to Franklinton. You still don't have Tyleek Mitchell, but you're playing a Franklinton team that have been giving up some big numbers this year. I think take away the first quarter, Southern has had their struggles tonight, but I think there's enough for them to build on and go into Franklinton in a week, get the ship righted, and get ready for the playoffs.
Certainly. And that's why that drive right there was important for them to talk about at the post-game conference that they'll have in their locker room.
And I agree with you. Moral victories are what they are, and I don't call that a moral victory, but it is something to hang your hat on and try to get off the schneid next week. You know you can score without Tyleek Mitchell. You're not as explosive. But also, Franklinton is not Northern Nash. You are not going to see many teams like Northern Nash, even a round or two into the playoffs for Southern Nash. You're not going to see a lot of teams like Northern.
Looking at another onside here.
It does. I don't know if last week against Rocky Mount may have been a perfect storm for the Griffons to get Southern. Here's the onside kick. Northern just going to fall on it exactly what you're supposed to do with that. And for Northern, let's give a shout out to that young man who fell on the football. That is 88 Tristan Murray.
So at this point, Northern can just take the knees even if they wanted to, and you use up the rest of this minute 54.
Minute 54. Let's see what Southern wants to do. They still have 2 timeouts. You're down 3 scores. I mean, this game's pretty much figured out. It looks like Northern is setting up to run their offense. Handoff, there's Strickland. Good Lord, Barian Strickland. He's gone. Put 6 on the board, Night fans. That is a Northern Nash touchdown. Barian Strickland from 51 yards out on this one.
I've got to say, Wes, I have not seen an explosive player like that coming out of the backfield and throwing it into not even worried about second gear. He goes straight to third gear and blows past the entire defense that is obviously looking at him as being the lead runner. Even focusing on him, they still can't stop the man.
Strickland gets one for the thumb tonight. And Richard, what's so impressive about that is here you are, you're under 2 minutes in the football game. You've got this football game wrapped up. And Berrien Strickland is running just as hard as he would be running if this was a tie game. He's running just as hard trying to do his. And what I really like about Strickland, you see every play, that kid is giving everything he has on every play. That was a very impressive run from Berrien. Got outside, got a few good blocks from his from a receiver on the outside as well as his line. And Berrien Strickland did the rest. 42-13, extra point is good.
He actually reminds me of Barry Sanders now that I'm looking back at it.
He doesn't have to dance quite as much as Barry Sanders, but when he's ready to explode, he just goes.
He does it. He certainly does it.
And it's like a one-step explosion. It doesn't take him 2 or 3 steps to get top speed. When he turns a corner, plants his foot, and goes, Berrien Strickland is immediately sitting at top speed. Good run by that young man. Great night from Berrien Strickland. We'll have to bum this from our friends down at High School OT, and we're going to get you some final numbers on him tonight. But like we said, he got one for the thumb. He has had a huge night running the football. We know it was over 200 yards earlier. I know he's a lot more than that now.
Some weeks we've done this game of the week and player of the week is not as difficult. Not this week. Berrien Strickland.
That's the kickoff for the Knights.
25 carries, 272 yards, and 5 scores.
Ooh, there it was, folks. We just got that update from our buds down there. 272 and 5 touchdowns for Strickland tonight. That ball's loose. Northern's up with it. Now they cannot. I don't believe you can advance the football. Okay, he's going to be down back at the 24. Here's a late flag coming on against Northern. Okay, folks, so Northern, they recovered the kick. You can't advance the kick after you recover it. I don't think so. Kalindo just threw up a touchdown.
Ball is down on the recovery. Correction.
Okay, so ball will be at the 24. There are flags on the field, folks. Let's see what this is going to come to. I think right now it's just time to start taking some knees and let's go home tonight. Well, Rich, while they figure this out, let's tell you guys one more time about our great game sponsors, JR's Maintenance, the Small Shops Mall, and Trade It, Don Bullock Chevrolet, Golden Corral, and Nash Community College.
Against us.
Let's see what the white hat has to say.
1 minute, 25 seconds left.
With 1:25 remaining. Looks Northern is keeping this exciting to the end. Personal foul against Northern Nash. I believe it's going to be an unsportsmanlike conduct. So it'll be 15 yards from, should be from the 24. You knock 15 back. Okay, so from the 23-yard line, they'll knock 15 back. So that ball should be spot on the 38-yard line.
Personal foul called against Northern.
And it'll be a 1st and 10 for the Knights.
For the ball, 38.
So now with 1:25 remaining, what does Northern Nash want to do?
Despite this being a comfortable win, there's been a lot of frustrating things for Northern Nash. Might be one of the more frustrating 42-13 wins.
Seegers, handoff, Eatman. Eatman invites his way forward out to the 35-yard line.
Taking down the 35.
So, Richard, there's nothing more that a high school football coach or any football coach at any level loves more than winning in a dominating fashion, but still being able to jump down somebody's throat after the game because there are things to clean up. Andrew Ferris is going to have that opportunity. His team has been fantastic tonight. Without a doubt, they've been the best team on the field. Eatman coming up a little lame out there. He's going to get himself off, so we're not going to stop it too long. But, Rich, at the same time, Northern, they came out like a house of fire, and then they really cooled off for a while, and then they reignited here in the second half. So Andrew Ferris is going to have some fun with film study on Monday. He can't let them get too comfortable And, of course, this is going to be a huge week coming up for Northern Nash. And not only are you going to be facing your arch rival, Rocky Mountain, but you're going to be facing them with the outright Big East Championship on the line, a chance for an undefeated season, a chance to be the top seed in the East come the playoffs. Everything on the line this week for Northern Nash, and that's exactly how you want it to be. And Andrew Ferris can tear somebody's butt up and keep them on their toes.
And he's going to want them. He's going to want them to be consistent. Consistent and throughout the game. Just don't have a high first quarter and a high fourth quarter and a very slow second and third quarters. He's going to want to clean some things up and get them ready for the deep playoff run that they should make.
And they feel ready for it. This is a Northern team. They came up one step short of the ultimate goal a season ago. But they feel that 2024 could be their year, and they do it here at home against Southern Nash in dominating fashion. The Knights are 9-0 on the season. They are 5-0 in the Big East Conference. Final score on the Brightspeed scoreboard, Northern Nash 42, Southern Nash 13. And folks, we have it set up for the Big East title at Rocky Mountain next week. Should be an awesome atmosphere. Northern Nash is going to go in there high on themselves. They are going to feel they are the team to beat. Folks, I will tell you one thing. If you're going to go win the Big East Conference, you got to go take it. They're going to have to go take it away from Rocky Mountain next week. It should be an awesome football game, folks. If you get the chance, definitely head out next Friday to Griffon Stadium to see the Knights and the Griffons battle for the Big East Championship. Folks, of course, I will be in Wilson next week for the Hunt Fight game, the Battle of Wilson County. And, folks, we are definitely looking forward to that one, folks. Big thanks to our sponsors one more time, JR's Maintenance, the Small Shop Mall and Trade at Don Bullock Chevrolet, Golden Corral, and Nash Community College. Richard.
Wes, it's been a pleasure all season long.
We have run our race here in 2024, my friend. I do appreciate it, as always. Thank you so much for you and Kenny Dickerson hopping in. Ryan Jones popped a few games there in the middle of the season. And Richard, what we've done this year, we have developed some real depth here on the Game of the Week. Folks, we have a stable of analysts ready for the 2025 season. And even Robbie has built some depth there behind the camera. So Dee not able to make it out with us tonight, but she is now added to the camera stable.
And Robbie had a challenge tonight. He couldn't get to his normal spot.
That's right.
So he improvised and went through the window. And did a fabulous job like he always does.
Robbie all night played like Northern Nash in the first quarter. He was on fire. The Knights started this one off like a hurricane. And then the eye of the storm hit for a little while, Richard, but then the hurricane came back through with a vengeance, and the Knights get the win tonight. Final score 42-13. All right, folks, so for Richard Sarmiento, for Robbie behind the camera, I'm Wes Bradshaw. We will catch you guys next week at Hunt High School. We got Golden Demons. We've got Warriors. We'll have it all right here on the Brightspeed High School Football Game of the Week on WHIG TV.